Welcome, and thank you for joining me on your mat today for this practice, specifically for flexibility, but mainly in the splits. So we will be focusing on the hip flexors, the calves, the thighs, the hamstrings, and making sure that our toes are beautifully pointed and our legs are very active. We will be on the knees at some point, so if this is an issue, please grab a towel or two to cushion yourself. If you need to bring the earth up to you in some of these asanas, then a block or two is definitely a great option. In a yoga practice like this, we have to make sure that we are breathing and not holding our breath. We may be tempted to hold our breath in some asanas and pulling into these stretches, but make sure that you're breathing deep. This is where we find room to stretch, to lengthen, and find improvement that after a while will stick naturally. So hop on your mat and let's begin. We will begin on all fours here, making sure that our knees are underneath our hip points and our wrists right underneath the shoulders here. We will come into a few cat-cows here, so dropping the belly. On an inhale, we look up, and then on an exhale, we round it in, bringing the spine up like we're a black cat. Continuing to move here in this flow with our breath as we inhale, dropping the belly, arching the back, and then exhale, rounding in navel to spine. Beautiful. One more here. And when you're ready, we will curl the toes under, walk the palms forward, and slowly lift our hips up into downward facing dog. We will begin to take our dog for a walk here, bending the knees, pedaling it out here, feeling that stretch in our hamstrings and our calves. And then we'll bring ourselves all the way to a still down dog. Inhale. And then on an exhale, we'll sigh it out. On your next inhale, we'll slowly walk our feet up to our palms, coming into a forward fold here, meeting here. We may grab the opposite elbows, coming into ragdoll, keeping a slight generous bend here in the knees. We will work our way into straightening the legs, so don't worry about straightening them here right away. Rocking back and forth. We inhale and exhale. We will release our palms and slowly rise up into mountain pose. On an inhale, we reach the arms up overhead. And then exhale, hands to heart center. On your next inhale, we will slowly rise our right knee up to our chest. So balancing asana here, we may come just slightly up off the ground. Maybe we just balance on our big toe. Or maybe we're all the way here holding our knee in. And then on an exhale, we'll switch. Left leg, balancing asana. And then we'll switch back to the right. So not holding for too long, but just finding that stretch. Dropping and lifting the left. And then on an exhale, we come to mountain pose. On an inhale, we will grab the right foot behind us here using the right arm, making sure that our hip flexors are square and that our pelvis is down. Exhale, we switch, grabbing the left foot with the left hand. Inhale and exhale, switching sides. On your next inhale, we switch to the left once more. And then on an exhale, we'll meet in mountain pose, reaching up overhead, and then cutting down the middle line, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, your version. And then exhale, we fold. Inhale, stepping back to down dog. We meet here, coming up on the tippy toes. And then on an exhale, we bring the heels down as far as we can. So on every breath, we come up on our tippy toes. And then on an exhale, we try to bring our heels more down towards the mat. Inhale, coming to our tippy toes. And then exhale, we'll meet in plank. Shooting those heels to the back edge of the mat. We breathe deep here. If this is too much, come to the knees. And on your next exhale, we'll lower to our belly and press up into cobra. Inhale, meeting in down dog here. We will bend the right knee, lifting up into three-legged dog. Playing with our foot here, so maybe we're flexing or pointing, rotating the ankle, feeling that deep stretch. And then on an exhale, we'll step the right foot in between our palms here. You can bring the fingertips down to the mat, and we'll just rock it out here, moving front to back. Feeling the stretch, opening up the hamstrings, opening up the hip flexors. Making sure that we are properly set for our practice today. We drop that left knee, and then we slowly rise our palms up overhead, reaching high. We will move in a flow here, so on an inhale, we slightly straighten that right leg, but staying in a low lunge. And then we exhale, sinking deep, feeling the stretch in the left hip flexor. We move with our breath. Inhaling, coming slightly out, and then exhale, sinking deep. Feel it here. Inhale, and exhale. On your next exhale, sinking deep, we will hold here and come into a heart opener, so really lifting the chest, looking slightly up at the ceiling or the sky. And then on an exhale, we plant our palms and straighten our right leg, flexing our right foot, coming into runner's stretch here. So this is really good for the back of the leg. You can massage the heel on the mat, get a little foot massage, and also stretching the hamstrings. Inhale and exhale. This may feel a little uncomfortable, especially if you are not that flexible. So this is where the magic is. You can grab onto the toes and help them flex a little more, creating a deeper stretch. You shouldn't feel any pain. And then on an exhale, we'll step it back, meeting in plank. On an exhale, we'll lower to our belly, pressing into our palms, coming into cobra. And then on an exhale, we'll meet in down facing dog. On an inhale, we'll step the feet up to the hands, sinking our hips deep. Here we are coming into Ukatasana, chair pose, sinking our hips deep, raising our arms up overhead, or maybe you come to Andali Mudra, heart center. Wherever you are, breathing deep here. Maybe you come up on the tippy toes. I recommend you do. If possible, we'll stretch here. So on an inhale, coming up on the tippy toes, and then exhale, coming back onto the soles of our feet, reaching up overhead. Moving with your breath. If this flow is a little challenging, we will inhale, straightening the legs, coming into mountain pose, and then exhale, sinking into Ukatasana. Take one more here, wherever you are, and then exhale, fold. On an inhale, we will step it back, downward facing dog. And then on an inhale, we'll straighten and lift the left leg. Three-legged dog. Maybe you straighten or flex that foot, finding what feels good. One more inhale here. And then on your exhale, we'll step our foot between our palms, rocking back and forth, stretching that back leg here. Beautiful. You're doing great. Take one more breath, and then we'll lower that right knee. Coming into low lunge here, we lift our arms up overhead, and then we move in our flow. So inhale, coming out of this low lunge slightly, and then exhale, sinking deep. Inhale, and exhale, sinking deep. Two more here as we inhale, lifting up, and exhale, sink. And then on your next exhale, as you sink deep, stay here. And then come into your heart opener, opening that chest. Gaze is up slightly. Beautiful. We exhale, framing that left foot and coming into our half splits. Keeping our fingertips on the mat. Maybe we massage the heel here, really feeling that stretch in the hamstring. Breathing deep, moving through the uncomfortable feeling that we may feel. And if you're feeling any pain, come back into that low lunge. Inhale and exhale. Maybe we grab onto the toes here, trying to bring our nose to our knee as much as we can. Finding places to soften. One more big breath here. Inhale. And then exhale, roll it through, low lunge, and then meeting in downward facing dog. On an inhale, we will lift the right leg, and then come here, hovering, bringing our knee to our chest. Inhale, straightening that left leg, three-legged dog. And then exhale, knee to chest. We take one more here, and then when we have our knee into our chest, we will step it through, coming into a right side Skandasana. So we will form ourselves long ways on the mat, sinking deep in that right hip flexor, straightening that left leg. Maybe you use a block for stability, hands on the mat, or maybe you play with a little opposition here, a little balancing, bringing your palms to your heart, Andali Mudra. One more breath here. And then we'll move back into our low lunge, tucking under and coming back into down dog. Pedal it out, and we switch sides, lifting the left leg, and then on an exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, straighten that leg, and then exhale, curl it in. Inhale, straighten, three-legged dog. Make it beautiful, your best one yet. And then exhale, knee to chest, and then coming into your low lunge, and then transitioning slowly into your left side Skandasana. So that right leg is straightened here. We feel this stretch all over in our bottom half. We use our block or our palms on the mat for stability. Or maybe we move through some opposition, balancing here. And then on an exhale, we'll move into our low lunge and then find our way to plank. Breathe here. And then on an exhale, we'll step that right leg up, low lunge once more. Palms framing the right foot. Scooching that right foot forward slowly. We're working into our split here, so we are rather warmed up. If needed, you can place a block underneath that right thigh here for some support. And if you'd like a deeper stretch, you can bring your block to your heel, a little advanced, but we're all going to meet here in our best and most comfortable split on the right side. So don't force yourself. Maybe you're here, maybe your right foot is supporting you, and maybe you're here into your half splits. But wherever you are, making the most of your stretch. We're getting a lot of hamstring action here, so we can flex that foot if we'd like, but I recommend everyone straightening here, keeping our toes pretty. We inhale and exhale. We'll move through a beautiful flow here. So using our fingertips to stabilize ourselves on the mat, we inhale, bending at the elbows, bringing our nose to our knee as much as possible. And then exhale, coming back up. So if you're not in a split, you can modify here, just moving through the spine, trying to lower your nose to your knee much as you can, and then exhale, coming back up. And then on an exhale, we'll slowly move out of our right leg split, and then working on the other side here. So really sinking deep. So maybe you're in your half split, or maybe you're in full split. Feeling limber here, wherever you are. Inhale and exhale. we will move through a flow here. So on an inhale, we'll use our fingertips to support us on the mat, really keeping our heart opened. And then on an exhale, we'll try to lower our nose to our knee, whatever that means to you today. Beautiful. Continue here with your breath. Inhale and exhale, lower. Keep it going. Move past your appropriate edge today. And if you get any cramping or pulling, slowly move that back leg out to release. Finish it out here wherever you are. And then on an exhale, we'll all meet in a seated pose with our legs out long. Flexing our feet here, we'll inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. And then exhale, reaching forward, bringing our nose to our shins. If having a generous bend here is something that needs to be done, then take that. On your next exhale, we'll point the toes. Pretty feet here. Feeling the stretch in our hamstrings, the back of the legs, the feet, and the back. Inhale. And then exhale. We'll come on out, meeting in your choice of a comfortable seat, or maybe it's Shavasana today on the back, corpse pose. Wherever you are, we'll bring our palms to our heart center, catching our breath here, soaking up all that we've done today in our practice. Just the beginning of our flexibility journey. Or maybe we're just working on it, adding to it. Inhale. And on an exhale, we'll sigh it out. On your next inhale, we'll bring our thumbs to our third eye, bowing our head. And on an exhale, we'll close our practice with Jai Namaste.